Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. ScorpioCesar once again to bring you a review, this time for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive NECA Batman vs. Predator 2-pack. Let's get into it. She's my cousin? First of all, thank you all for tuning in. If you like what you see here, maybe subscribe to the channel. And for those of you who are subscribed, do head on over to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you're up to date on the latest videos as soon as I upload them. Also, head on over to my updated Facebook page to show your support on there. A link in the description will be down below. So right off the bat, let's take a look at the box. Unfortunately, mine got a little creased in the shipping, but yeah, and then maybe a little scratch here as well. Although I think that's just an adhesive I could probably remove with, anyways, yeah. You got the warning label up there, and you got this nice perforated design of the Batman symbol and the Predator symbol as well as their respective logos. And this is from the Darkhorse comic books, correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless, here we have it in its nice sleek box. However, if you take a look at the rest of the box, there is absolutely no imagination here whatsoever with this packaging design. We get nothing. Just a window packaging. And we didn't even get anything over there, but here we have them, as you can see, in their nice window packaging, much like the Ultimate Predator or Ultimate releases. And okay, that's nice and dandy. Let's get them out of their box. Whoa, those are heavy. And here's just a quick look at them inside the plastic container. At first, I was only going to get these guys to review for the channel and then eventually sell them, but as I play around with them some more, I'm starting to warm up to them a bit. So first, I want to jump into the paint details and sculpt with this release, and then we'll jump into the articulation. If you're experiencing deja vu here, I don't blame you. NECA has been known for reusing sculpts and parts of other successful figures, so mentioning it now is just beating a dead horse. What I can say is by using the Ultimate Jungle Hunter as a template, we get a rock-solid Pretty here to take Batman on. Where this one differs is in its paint scheme. The Biomask is done up with a nice dull metallic, almost gunmetal paint with little hints of olive green to give it a weathered look. What I really like here is how the eyes are painted yellow, which isn't something that's done very often on their Predators. The dreads look fine, with periwinkle blue details in them. The shoulder armor, coming from the City Hunter, has hints of blue in it and gives it a more fresher look. Little bone trophies around his neck and upper body look great, and the armor has little dents and dings covered by what looks to me like acid bloodstains. The main body of the Pretty is done up with a saturated, glossy paint that I'm a big fan of. He just looks so slimy to the touch. The sculpted netting is painted black, and for the most part, it remains consistent throughout the figure. Minor QC issues with it bleeding off the netting sculpt may exist, but it's one of the better cases I've seen. The forearm armor looks good too, the wrist blades being a silver, although I must say, the left forearm's computer doesn't have the detail I was expecting inside of it. Belt with the loincloth, which after looking at my other Yauchas in my collection, looks absolutely new to me. The paint here is gorgeous, with that olive green dry brushing to bring out some more of the details. Overall, despite reusing some of the same parts, at least the paint scheme makes him stand out more in the crowd. Now for Batman. Not gonna lie, when this armored look was first revealed, I hated it. I wish they went with a more traditional bat suit, but after holding it in my hands, I can safely say that my first impressions were wrong. Starting with the head, the armored look still shows off Bat's grimacing expression and white eyes, making him look like he's in the fight of his life. The metallic silver paint used on the armor was the right choice. The little sculpted details like the bat symbol on his chest to the dents and scratches give him a battle damaged feel. Batman's physique is beefy as fuck, making it look like being swole was his goal. I love how sharp those forearm blades are and feel. Oh shit! The belt around his waist is done wonderfully with a weathered golden finish. I also love the little red paint details in the sculpt too. The leg armor is also done nicely, and you can even see they went through the trouble of shading the gray batsuit underneath these pieces. Again, NECA did a great job here in terms of looks, and it makes me hope to release an armorless version of this sculpt someday. Now the cape is done with a elastic fabric, and it looks real nice when you hold it out like this. Unfortunately, it just kind of falls down because it doesn't have any bendy wire, so there's no articulation into the cape, which is a shame if you ask me, but putting this draped around his shoulders does make him look real badass, not gonna lie. With that, let's just take a look at the head first. As you can see, the head can look down that much. He can only look up that much, unfortunately, not a ton. You can get the head to look tilt left and right. Moving to the arms, I'm having a little trouble with this right shoulder here because of this rubber armor here. It's kind of preventing me from getting that arm to go up all the way, so unfortunately you won't get much articulation out of that one. This one, on the other hand, a bit of a different story, but a bit more of an issue as well. We get bicep swivels here on this arm, a nice double bend at the elbow, of course. You can actually rotate it at the forearm. The forearm blades, of course, can be pulled out and retracted, and for the wrist, you get a typical swivel and hinge combo here. Now, unfortunately for this arm, because we're using the Jungle Hunter sculpt, we got that rubber cable here that you all know likes to snap very easily if you're not careful with that. So you don't want to stress this arm too much unless you want that cable to just snap. That's all up to you. But you can rotate at the forearm as well here. Just like I said, be careful with that cable if you care about it. Double bend at this elbow as well, not much of an issue. The wrist computer can open and close, and of course swivel hinge combo for this wrist as well. Oh, and don't forget, you can also rotate at the forearm. Because they're using parts of the Ultimate Jungle Hunter sculpt, you can actually get some rotation out of that upper torso, which is nice. You can also get a bit of an ab crunch with the waist joint, but it's not a whole lot, and I wouldn't stress it any more than I'm doing here because NECA figures like to snap quite a lot. You can bend them backwards quite a bit though, so that's always nice. And you can get a little rotation there as well. But overall, I wouldn't mess with that too much. If you know what you're doing, just be careful. This armor piece is a nice rubbery plastic, so it won't be getting in your way too much. For the legs, you can kick forward a good amount, kick back about that much. You get some rotation at the thighs, and then you can get them to do the splits a little bit. You get a double bend at the knee, and to top it off, at the foot, you can push it forward that much, push it back around that much, swivel it around, and kind of pivot it from side to side. Get them moving pretty well. But now for the big shiny bat. What do we have here? For his head, you can actually get him to rotate all the way around, 360, no problems there. For his head, you can get him to lean back that much and bend forward that much with the neck joint, of course left and right, and you can kind of get him to kind of tilt his head as well, so that's always nice. Really good articulation here for the head and the neck. I'm very surprised. Luckily, this armor piece is attached to this armor chest plate here, so you wouldn't have to really worry about that getting in the way for the articulation. I had no problems out of the box, mind you, getting a T-pose out of Batman. You also get a bicep swivel. Now, this joint may look like it's double jointed, but you're only really going to get a 90-degree angle out of it, considering he's hindered by that wrist gauntlet. You can get some movement out of the hand, but do note that you're going to be hindered by this wrist gauntlet right here once again. For Batman's torso, it's very nice. You can actually get him to rotate at the waist here. Yeah, you get him to bend back quite a bit. Bend forward, it's a little trickier, but after playing with him some more, I was able to get him to bend forward. A nice ab crunch there. Do mind that these armor pieces do like to come off easily. They are only attached by the nature of the sculpt, so do be careful with that. It's not broken, just, you know, kind of just fits snugly, but not snug enough if you ask me. Good split out of Batman. Very little thigh swivel. He can kick forward that much, kick back that much. Oh. Well now, thank you, NECA. I feel like Sid from Toy Story. Well, now that that leg came off, let's just take a look at a problem here that NECA has with a lot of their releases. Too much paint on the joints themselves does start to clump up and break, and because of that, you get weird situations like this where you see some pieces of this joint are painted and others are starting to rub off, and that's what's causing it to pop out like that. Let's just look. You see that? Yeah, that frickin' sucks. Hey, give me back my leg! Bend at the knee. You do get a double joint there, so that's always nice. And for the foot, you can get it to kind of move forward, and there's a toe hinge there, but there's not a lot of movement with this foot considering the armor gets in the way a lot. So overall, with the articulation for Batman, not too shabby if I do say so myself, although there are quite a few quality control issues with the joints and the paint getting in the joints, causing them to, well, you already saw the leg pop off. Okay, in terms of accessories, this set comes with a good amount. The Predator getting the most of them, while Batman gets the short end of the bat. Yeah, Batman comes with an alternate right hand to hold this little small pistol and this bat. What's cool about this bat is that it also has a little pretty blood splatter on it. He also has this translucent visor that unfortunately doesn't fit as snugly as it should, thus making it prone to falling off easily. Moving on though to the Predator, he comes with a shoulder cannon, which is a nice hybrid of the Jungle Hunter and the City Hunters. An alternate unmasked head, which looks wonderful here. Same glossy flesh tone as the rest of the body, with the eyes on mine look straight enough, while the fangs are painted gray, with some messy splotches of brown. He also comes with a throwing disc and a medium-sized spear, with unique looking blades on them. Along with the default holding hands he comes with that can hold his spear, he also has alternate open hands, one being more splayed out than the other, but better to fit the disc on. Here we have some size comparisons with the SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Woz and Bloodstalk, SH Figure Arts Ultraman Jeed, and Birdon, what the fuck, get the fuck out of here. Bandai Creations Gigan, and Jakks Pacific 6-inch King Ghidorah, the AVP Arcade Appearance Razor Claw Alien and Chrysalid Alien, and the Ultimate Armored Assassin Predator, and what the hell is wrong with your face? Now for the final verdict, both figures in this set are realistically solid in terms of looks, what they come with as well, but the typical NECA jank out of the box can detract from the set a bit. Use heat if you have to get a stubborn joint moving. Just prepare yourself for stuck paint on the joints and all that shit. The lack of imagination on the box design makes the box art nerd in me really want to sulk in a corner for a bit. But not everyone cares for the box, but you know, I just thought I'd mention it. This is a tough set to recommend overall though, given that they were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which means you're at the mercy of the aftermarket. I personally don't think they're worth more than what they originally retailed for, but now you're looking at double that. So my suggestion is, if you're hardcore, try to get a good deal on them if you absolutely must have them. Or if you want just one and not the other, be on the lookout, because I'm sure there are like-minded individuals who bought this set just for Batman or just for the Predator. Anyways, thank you for tuning into this review. I hope you all found it helpful, and if so, maybe hit that like button and subscribe. Who do you think wins this fight, the Yautja or Bruce Wayne? Post in the comments below, and remember, collect everything, connect everything. And I'll be back with the review for the Superman vs. Aliens set. Ciao!